the country taking to the streets to celebrate the Jubilee. The Queen herself is no stranger to hosting parties in the gardens of Buckingham Palace. I've been there, you've been there.
I haven't been there.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, what a shame. It's amazing. Cake, drinks.
Yeah, I get it. Thanks. 20,000 sandwiches and cakes needed for every event. Phil Vickery was invited into the palace kitchens to lend a helping hand. Take a look.
The kitchen is the heart of any home, and with its 775 rooms, Buckingham Palace is no exception. This is where the magic happens. A team of top chefs work around the clock in this kitchen to make exceptional food for some rather exceptional guests. From the exquisite state banquets where the head of state, the Queen, hosts impressive dinners served in the palace ballroom to members of the royal family and their notable guests, to the hors d'oeuvres and sandwiches enjoyed by the 24,000 guests a year invited to Her Majesty's garden parties. You know what surprises me? This kitchen's been here for 150 years. It's thoroughly modern and updated. However, if you look a bit closely, you'll see a few nods to the past. There are Victorian ovens, more than likely used to make, amongst other dishes, Victoria's sponge cake, named after Queen Victoria, who would regularly eat a slice with afternoon tea. And there's the large cast iron rotisserie. Now, this is an impressive piece of kit. This is basically a clockwork rotisserie. Weights would hang down, the fire would be there, and things would be roasted in front of the fire. Wonderful. There's also a collection of copper pots that are older than the kitchen itself, dating back 200 years. Now, look here, this is Queen Victoria on here, and George V. So I wonder what would be cooked in these. I think, gosh, it must be chickens and fish and stocks and stews and all sorts of lovely things. Wow. I bet they can tell a few stories. The pots were inevitably used to prepare for the extravagant garden parties that have been taking place at the palace since 1868.
Stately grounds of Buckingham Palace were the rendezvous for nearly 8,000 guests who had been invited to the first of the season's royal garden parties.
The parties were originally presentations for debutantes, but have since become a celebration of ordinary people, with guests from all walks of life invited. And overseeing the preparations for this year's events is head chef Chris Tomling, who has worked at the palace for 6 years. Absolute pleasure to meet you, Chris. It really is. And thank you so much. I feel real privileged to be here. So this is the main kitchen. So whether you're cooking for 5 or 10 or 5,000, they all come from these kitchens.
All from these kitchens.
What's on the menu today?
We're preparing for a garden party, which is for 8,000 people. So...
8,000?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So on a garden party then, how many sandwiches do you make?
20,000.
20,000. And tea?
Last count was about 26,000.
And cakes?
20,000 including scones.
Really?
Yeah.
You've got your work cut out, haven't you?
We have.
Good grief. With thousands to cater for, I probably should stop distracting Chris and muck in and help.
Dust it with some flour and then just gently pin it out to about 2 centimetres.
We're in the pastry kitchen making scones, a staple at any British party.
Keep going, we've got quite a few to do.
With households up and down the country planning on hosting special Platinum Jubilee street parties this year, I use this opportunity to find out how to make scones worthy of the Royal Seal of Approval. If I asked you one tip about scones, what would you say to me?
Mix it very lightly, let the dough rest, let it prove, roll it out gently, and then punch them out nice and sharp to get a definitive shape.
So that lovely soft edge. And some chefs milk the top, but you egg yours.
We egg them.
You must be incredibly proud to be here. I mean, for instance, when I walked in today, I was like, oh, I'm going to Buckingham Palace.
Yeah. When you come in, you literally have to take a deep breath and sort of say, God, I'm walking into Buckingham Palace today. Absolute privilege to work here.
Scones prepped. We bung them in the oven, and after 12 minutes, they're ready. They look absolutely perfect, I have to say. Jam or cream first?
Cream.
Really?
Definitely.
OK. That's a cool bit of controversy. And to go with the cream, well, there's some royally good options. Now, I didn't realise that you have Buckingham Palace honey.
Yeah, it's from the gardens in the palace. We have our own beehives.
Windsor white peach jam.
Peaches are from Windsor Castle Estate.
Wow.
We also get apricots. We'll be expecting them in the coming months.
Black currants, where do they come from?
Balmoral.
That's deeply impressive. Absolute perfection. The crowning glory of scones. Doesn't get better than that, Chris, does it?
Doesn't get any better.
Oh, normally they give us some of the food.
Normally it's here.
We could
They
taste, but
"Here,
obviously not
here,
today.
Alison and
We've
Dermot,
had Rocky Road.
Try some of
It's
the
fine.
20,000 sandwiches they serve.
Thank you, Phil Vickery. That was very good.
So inside. I could have
So
watched
good.
it again and again.